Hi everyone, I got some pretty exciting stuff here today. Been trying to get one of these for quite some time now since it's been released, but it's kind of a hot in the market, so its price is still a little bit above MSRP. I got a friend that got one for a really good price and wants me to do some work on it. So, without further ado, I'm talking about a CZ Shadow 2 Compact. So I decided to take advantage of this opportunity while I'm working on it to kind of tell the differences between what I can see between the full size and the compact. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. Right, we can start with the obvious differences, with the visible ones, right? So first of all, this gun is unloaded. Let's talk about what we can tell up front, right out of the box, on the differences between the two. Obviously, this is a CZ Shadow 2 Compact, so it's compact, it's shorter, lighter than the full-size one. In your hands, in my hands at least, it does not feel, the only difference is because the frame is shorter and my hands are not really small, I can feel the difference here in my pinky. It's not fully supported unless the magazine is in. And I can tell the difference between the two on that. But other than that, the weight is also very different. Other than that, the ergonomics are absolutely the same. The same fantastic, reputable ergonomics you have in the CZ gun, you have in this one here as well. Trigger feels exactly the same as an out-of-box full-size Shadow. Kind of that same great single action, double action trigger you have out of the box. Talking about maybe double action here, something between 8 and 10 pounds, and in a single action, anything between, close to 3 pounds or three and change. Right, that's what you have out of the box in most Shadows that I've worked with. This is no different than compact. Magazine release button is the same system. It just has a different button itself here. This looks like kind of one of the main differences you visually on it, aside from the fact that this is smaller, is this magazine release button. While the frame is shorter on the length here as well, so the grips are a little shorter, but it's exactly the same grip you got on the out of the box on the full size. Because this area is shorter, it's not as long as the full size. The magazines are also restricted in capacity, so this is a 15 versus a 17 or 19 in the full size, and it comes at this one came with 2 magazines. This one, the full size, comes with 3 magazines. What else is different? Other differences you're seeing here, well, these grips are not the original ones. These are lock grip pumps, so they're different than the original ones. The original ones are pretty much like this. The extended safety here, this is a 2018 Shadow 2, and at that time, the Shadow 2 full size, they came equipped with a flat safety just like this one here in the compact, but they also had in the box an extended safety that you could swap. Now, you can still buy an extended safety separated, but they're shipping, CZ for quite some time has been shipping the full size with just the flat safeties as well, just like this one. So safety mechanism works exactly the same. Slide stop is the same. You can swap between the guns. Actually, as a matter of fact, if you talk about mechanisms, the internals here, that's just, if you just finish the external here, like slide, one shorter than the other, obviously. This one is optics ready. This is, like I said, no Shadow 2. It was not optics ready yet, but other than that, same adjustable rear sight, same fiber optics front sight. The bushing system is the same and is also kept in place the same way by a pin, traversal pin here in the top that keeps the front sight in place as well. If you look at the internals, they are, I'm going to make this simple to show you how similar they are. I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to take this slide off both guns, compact and full size. And as you can see here, the only difference you can see here is, well, 2. This hole is wider than this one, so the hole in the compact in the frame here where the guiding rod goes through is wider than in the full size, and it's because the guiding rod, that's the only difference actually that's in here. The guiding rod is one of those captive springs versus the regular one that you can separate spring and guiding rod from each other on the full size. That is where the difference ends. Nothing else is different. So much so that I can get the full size slide mount on the compact frame and it works 100%. Trigger reset. I can put a trigger. It works. I haven't test fired it, but or live fired it, but functionality, at least in theory, seems to be 100% okay, and that's only possible because they are virtually identical inside. That's great news, because what this means is you have the same aftermarket support that has been there for many years for the full-size CZ Shadow 2. You got the same for the compact. So in terms of upgrades, the questions I've been getting is, what kind of upgrades can I do in my CZ Shadow 2 compact? Well, the same ones you can do for the full size. Now, having said that, whether you should do the upgrades or not is a different story. So here comes the opinion, right? This is my opinion. This is not, everything I'm saying here is my opinion anyways, but I don't like, if you're going to use this for carrying, my recommendation is do not change anything. Maybe change the grip panels to make it the same as the grip panels that you have if you compete with this Shadow 2 full size, and your logic here is to carry a gun that is as similar as possible from the one that you compete with, then yes, you can put the grip panels the same. Maybe if you have an extended safety in your competition one, you can have an extended safety on your carry as well. So these minor things that are not going to have any interference in the reliability of the gun, it's fine. But like, would I change my sear, hammer, all sorts of springs, put lightweight springs on it to make the trigger light, shorter, all that kind of stuff that we do, or make the gun cycle faster or slower, so I can have my my double taps this way or that way. I wouldn't do any of that in my carry gun. This one that I got from a friend, like I said, I'm gonna do a lot of stuff on it, but it's for competition. He's not going to carry this one. He knows it, and he thinks the same way I do, that if he's gonna like it enough to carry one of these, he's gonna get another one and not do anything to it. And that would be my advice to it. Again, opinion. You can disagree. You can put in the comments that what I'm saying is not really right. Whatever. You're okay to disagree with me, but that's my opinion in terms of carrying guns to carry. Okay, now put them back together. Of course, that with the size difference comes the weight difference. However, and the weight difference is pretty noticeable. You got 43 ounces on the full-size one without the magazine. It's about 46 with the magazine in. And you got 30 ounces without the magazine on the compact one. So there is a 13-ounce difference, almost 50% more weight on the full-size one if you compare with the compact one. This weight, the whole difference, majority of the difference in weight is actually on the frame. And it's because not only this is a smaller frame, but it's also made of aluminum, and the full-size one is made of steel. So on that 43 ounce that you have in the full-size one, most of the weight is in the frame versus the slide. On the compact, most of the weight is in the slide versus the frame. So that probably produces kind of a different experience shooting. I have not shot yet. I don't know. I might do another video after I shoot it, but what I would expect is this is probably a little bit snappier than this, a little bit more recoil to control in this one than this one. Other than that, I would be disappointed if this doesn't feel pretty much like a lighter Shadow 2 in my hands shooting it. One last thing for us to talk about is in terms of where I talked about the aftermarket support that is the same because the parts are completely identical between these two guns. But the other thing important as well is holsters. So I noticed, for instance, that there isn't yet a really fair availability of carrying holsters for the Shadow 2 Compact. However, you can conclude here that they are the same. They are about the same frame. Same trigger guard is identical. The frame is identical in the front. It's just shorter. So a holster that is designed for the Shadow 2 full size would work just fine for the Shadow 2 Compact. And as a matter of fact, I have a couple ones that I can test here to prove that theory. So this is a race holster from Ghost Holsters, designed for the Shadow 2, the full size. I got the Shadow 2 full size there. It fits like a glove. Very good quality holster. If I got the compact, aside from the barrel rest is not going to be in the same position because it's, you know, the full size is a longer slide. But other than that, the trigger guard, which is what's important here, fits 100%, and it's perfect. It doesn't move forward, just upward. So race holster, 100%. How about Kydex holsters? Well, that's a Red Hill Tactical Kydex modified to have some locking mechanism here, but it's for the full size. Full size goes in perfectly fine. How about the compact? Same way. You can't tell the difference. It works just 100% there too. So in conclusion, we looked into the differences and similarities between these two guns. In my view, there are a lot more similarities than difference, and there are differences. Main difference here being the fact that it's a smaller, lighter version of the full-size one. A lot more suitable to carry. I think that's what CZ is targeting with this gun. This is more competition-oriented. I hear some people talking about out there carrying a full-size Shadow 2. I wouldn't do it. It's opinion again. Too heavy, too big for me to carry. This one seems to address both. So it's lighter, smaller. Would be a very good option to carry. Again, in my view, this would be it. I would get this out of the box, put it in my holster, and I'm carrying it. I wouldn't change anything to it. This one, highly modified. I use for competition. You know, if something goes wrong in the competition, if it doesn't fire when I need it to fire, my life is not on the line. So I'm fine changing this one, making modifications, tuning it for performance versus reliability. Right? This, if my life depends on it, it's stock in its stock configuration. Can I compete with this? Yes. I mean, I think this friend, and I'm doing these modifications for him, he's going to use to compete. And USPSA, I'm not sure this would really be highly competitive in any division out there. But you do have in IDPA, you have the CCP division, Compact Carry Pistol, I think it stands for. And this fits it seems to fit all the requirements in the rule. So this would be a legal gun for CCP in IDPA, and I think would be a really, really good option to compete with. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked it. See you next time.